I'm gonna get a shirt that says, I was there for the really kick-ass summer movie season of 2014. I'm gonna get that shit, because it's real. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. So Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is a sequel to Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Some like 4 years fighting the virus, another 4 fighting each other, and then a couple years apiece. So about 10 years later. In Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Caesar has ultimately his tribe. It's really cool seeing the apes interact and just exist. Because it's an entire culture. You look at it, you're like, yep, you're primitive, sure, but you're there. You're sentient, you're learning, you have schools and shit, you have a code of conduct, you have consequences, you have your leader. Caesar is awesome once more. Seriously, like all the apes are just talking and chattering, and they're all just kind of upset about something. Caesar just goes like this, and they're all like, shut up. Caesar has such command over the tribe where you're like, that dude he's Caesar. And then humans run into apes for the first time in quite a while, and now there's instant friction. And right after that, I saw how the movie was gonna play out. I was like, oh, it's gonna be like this. No surprise, but I'm pretty sure it'll still be cool. Then the movie was like, nope, we'll take a dip this way, surprise you. And I was like, all right, well now it's gonna play out like this. And the movie was like, nope, another turn this way, surprise you. The movie did not play out how I thought it was gonna play out, and I love that shit. I felt like the movie was taking me to school, where it's like, no, sit back. Let us tell you the story. And the humans are good in the movie. The main dude who plays the main human, he's good. I feel like I want to say he's functional, but he actually was good in the movie. The thing is, he was just eclipsed by Caesar, first of all. Andy Serkis as Caesar, he's great as Caesar. What I liked about this movie is the apes clearly have different personalities. There are different actors playing the different apes in the movie, and you see it, you're like, yeah, that one is like, this kind of person, and that one's like this kind of person. Scene stealer, I'm gonna talk about this dude, Koba, in the movie. Holy shit. He's a dick, for sure, but he's passionate about his perspective. He was the one who was messed with and experimented on. He has all the scars from Rise of the Planet of the Apes. So now in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, he's like, no, I just don't trust humans. He's angry, he's bitter. This movie has social implications. I loved that shit. It made the movie not so black and white. The movie was very gray. When the movie ended, I looked at the dude to the right of me and I was like, well, that was a very volatile movie. And that's not a bad thing. The movie's just, it's very tense. Everything's on the razor's edge. You're on the edge of your seat. You're like, man, I just feel like shit's gonna go down. You so want peace to happen in this movie, but there are those who just don't want peace to happen. And the movie looks great too. You thought Rise of the Planet of the Apes looks good? Holy, there are a couple scenes. I mean, it's a close-up of an ape's face, and I was like, that's a real ape's face. This movie is the perfect blend. It's the perfect kind of movie I want for a movie like this. It looks great. It has great CGI. It's exciting. It has good action. When the shit's going down, it is going down. But it's also smart, and it has good character development. It has good relationships within the movie. The movie's very human, even though the majority of the cast in this movie are apes. The movie's runtime isn't absurdly long or anything like that. I'm pretty sure it's around 2 hours long, but it's just so full of content that it's not wasted. The movie is optimized. It's as long as it needs to be. Any shorter and you'd be like, oh, that's okay. It was good, but it could have been a little longer. Any longer and you'd be like, oh, the movie was longer than it needs to be. It is literally the perfect amount of time. A lot of the stuff worked for me in this movie. I loved the humans. I loved the apes. I loved the situation. I love the social implications. I love the tension. I love the excitement. I'm telling you. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is worth buying on Blu-ray because Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is awesome-jacular. You thought I was going to stop at Blu-ray, but it didn't. Should Andy Serkis get an Oscar for this movie? I would say sure, if I gave a shit. If I felt that it mattered. It doesn't matter. And I mean that in the best possible way for Andy Serkis. I mean, I imagine when you're an actor, getting an Oscar is a pretty cool thing, sure. But really, me saying he should get an Oscar is me saying he should get a pat on the back and impress a bunch of old people who were no doubt part of the first wave of lifeboats on the actual Titanic. At this point in my life, I have gone, hey, yeah, Academy, all right, whatever. Andy Serkis is one of the best actors in the business. You know it, I know it. Andy Serkis, you're great. You were great in this movie. You will continue to be great. Whether or not you impress a bunch of old boring ass people, it doesn't matter. What I want most is for Andy Serkis to keep making movies. That's what I want. So Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.